Dear students of class 11th, today my topic is the Ailing planet, the green momentous role, written by Nani Palkhivala. It is my third lecture pertaining to this important topic. In my previous two lectures, I have told you about the green movement, that it was initiated in 1972. How this green movement result in shifting of our thought about Earth, and then I have told you about the concept of sustainable development, which was popularized in 1987, and then I told you about man's sharing the earth with other living creatures. And then I told you about the biological system of the earth. And today in this lecture, we will discuss about man's and forests. How man destroys forests, and also its effects on environment. We will also discuss the means of overpopulation. It is page number 45 of your textbook, Hornbill. Please open your textbook and try to comprehend the message given by Nani Palkhivala in this lesson. It has been well said that forests precede mankind, deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. See, mankind is destroying forests. Forests are being destroyed by humans. Deforestation is being done at an alarming speed. The main reason is firewood, fuel. We are cutting trees day by day in order to meet firewood needs. On the one hand, we are cutting more and more trees, but on the other hand, if we try to plant more trees in order to compensate the loss, but the trees we plant, forest trees we plant, they don't grow. The reason is use of cow dung, which is an important ingredient of natural fertilizer. Instead of using it as fertilizer, we humans are using it as a substitute for fuel, and thus depriving Earth from this natural fertilizer. When the fertility of the earth decreases, naturally trees will not grow. They will not mature. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. An estimate has been done by World Bank. It has estimated that plantation drive should be initiated at a fast speed. We should do five-fold increase. Five-fold. For example, if we were planting 5 trees, instead of 5, we should plant 25. Five-fold increase in forest plantation should be done, is need of the hour in order to cope the firewood demand in 2000. James Smith, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forests at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half per second. President of World Resource Institute, whose name is James Smith. He has said that we are losing our forest land. One and a half acre per second. The reasons are best known to we humans. We shouldn't blame somebody else. We are ourselves responsible for destruction of forests on this globe. We are losing forests 1.5 acre per second. The reasons are deforestation, that means frequent use of cutting of trees for firewood, for fuel, for timber, for human settlements, for agricultural purposes, for construction of railways, etc. Article 48A, different countries made laws now for protection of environment, to ensure pollution-free environment, to maintain ecological wellness, to save this planet, to make it a fit place for the present generation as well as for the forthcoming generations. They have set laws. They have made laws. Our Indian government has also made a law, an article. There is an article, that is Article 48A of the Constitution of India, in the Constitution of our country. It provides that the state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. It has been recorded in the Indian Constitution. There is an article, that is Article 48 of the Indian Constitution, which makes it mandatory for the state, for the country, to protect and improve the environment, to protect the environment, to ensure pollution-free environment, and also to safeguard forests and also the wildlife of the country which is living in these forests. But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. But these laws, environmentalists are protesting. They are angry because though there are laws in the books, there are laws on papers, but these laws are now never respected by common masses, nor are these laws implemented in letter and spirit, nor are these laws enforced in India. For instance, the Constitution says that casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor shall be abolished, but they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. Why these laws, which have been documented in Indian Constitution, are useless? Because they are neither respected nor enforced or nor implemented in letter and spirit. There are also laws in the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution says that we are all equal before law. It says that casteism, there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, etc. It says that casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor, they shall be abolished. But we see that they are flourishing shamelessly even after 44 years of operation of the Constitution. 44 years. Since 44 years, the Indian Constitution is operational in the country. Though it says that casteism, untouchability, and bond labor should be abolished, but it flourishes shamelessly even after 44 years in the country. That is why, though there are laws, there are articles, but these articles are neither implemented nor enforced nor respected. A recent report of our President's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forests over last 4 decades. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. A recent report of our President's Estimates Committee, it has highlighted that our country, India, is losing its forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres per year. 3.7 million acres per year. Our forest land there is depletion in our forest land in our country, India, at the rate of 3.7 million acres per year. It means our forests are shrinking at an alarming speed day by day. We are losing our forests in our country at the rate of 3.7 million acres per year. Large areas officially designed as forest land are already virtually treeless. The actual loss of forest is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by the government statistics. This is an estimate by the Estimates Committee of our President that 3.7 million acres we are losing our forest land at the rate of 3.7 million acres per year. But there are large areas which have been officially designated as forest land, but they are already virtually treeless. So actual loss of forest is estimated to be 8 times the rate indicated by the government statistics. Government has indicated through the statistics that we are losing our forests at the rate of 3.7, but actual loss is 8 times of this estimate. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns us that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. We are having a 3-year study, statistics, which has been conducted by United States by using satellites and photography. By the aid of satellites and photography, statistics have been conducted by United Nations, and we are having a 3 years data about that statistics, and that statistics warns we humans that the environment has deteriorated. The environment of the earth is ailing. Our earth is ailing. Its environment is not in good health. We have deteriorated it so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. United Nations have investigated 88 countries, and 88 countries it says that environment has we have treated it so badly that in the one of 88 countries it is in a critical stage. It means it is very bad. There can be no doubt that growth of world that then there is. It was regarding the man and foresters which are our world's beauty, which beautify our world, which provide shelter to birds and animals, and which are a word of peace, which prevent floods, give rains, cool the atmosphere. So beneficial for us that we call them green gold, help a lot in preservation of our environment by taking in carbon dioxide, giving oxygen, thus helping humans to survive and other animals. We are destroying them day by day. We are cutting them. And it is the need of our that we should start plantation drive. We should plant forests. We should do plantation of forests at 5-fold speed in order to compensate the loss, particularly the loss by firewood. Then there is another, the last point discussed by Nani Palkhivala in this lesson, that is the menace of overpopulation. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors deciding the future of human society. It took mankind more than 1 million years to reach the first billion. That was the world population around the year 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added. Now the author tells us about overpopulation. That this overpopulation has also resulted in environmental pollution and pollution of Earth's atmosphere, and pollution of its biological systems, that is fisheries, that is grasslands, that is croplands, etc. He says that growth of world population is the strongest factor destroying the future of human society. He says that by the year 1800, the world population was 1 billion. It means that, he says that, it took a lot of time. It took mankind more than 1 million years. Within 1 million years, the world population in 1800 reached 1 billion. But he says that in 1900, that is within a period of 100 years now, the world, we added another billion, it became 2 billion. It means that world population is increasing human population is increasing at the alarming speed. And the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. In 20th century, we have added the world population became 3.7 billion. It means more and more increase. The present world population is estimated The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Says that every 4 days the world population increases by 1 million. According to our author Nani Palkhivala, every 4 days our world population is increased by 1 million. Fertility falls as income rises. Education separates and health improves. This development is the best contraceptive. It is that we should try to check human population to increase. We should check our increase in human population. Increase in human population is to check on the increase in human population is need of our. For this, we should use contraceptives. He suggested the contraceptives like eradication of poverty, that is income increase of our income, generation of our income, separating education and improvement in health. These are the best contraceptives. When he says that when our fertility rate will fall, when our income will increase, when we increase our working hours, when we increase our working hours, our income will definitely increase. And when we try to separate the fountain of education, and when we improve our health sector, this development is the best. These development in education, development in income generation, and development in health sector, these developments are the best contraceptives. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. But he says this development in education, this development in income generation, this development in health sector is not possible until and unless we will not try to control our population, which is at this time, which is presently increasing in numbers. The rich get richer and the poor beget children, which condemns them to remain poor. More children does not mean more workers, merely more people will work. He says that rich get richer. Rich people become rich, and the poor people rear children, which remain poor. He says that more children, fathering more children, doesn't mean more workers. But in modern era, it means more people without work, more unemployed people. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized. Palkhivala says that I don't suggest that humans should be treated like cattle and they should be compulsorily sterilized. But there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. But he says that he doesn't treat human beings as cattle, that they need to be sterilized. But